subscribe to my channels.
What's up, guys? In one of my last videos, puffer fish update, Amazon puffer, I told you that I'm going to do a new tank for them. It's the surfing that they're doing that I'm really trying to manage. Although it's almost a year and a half I have them, they surf, it's not a big deal, it isn't stressing them or anything. When these puffer fish are stressed, you know why. You could see the signs, so there's no signs. So this is the background I'm using. 15 by 20 inches is the size of this tank. So I already cut that. I use a hacksaw blade. It's a kind of Styrotex material, styrofoam. So I cut it with a hacksaw blade, pretty easy, very quickly. Did the measurements, marked it out, and then I angled it in the tank and then set it in. I put this silicone, clear silicone to the back of it. I'm planning to use this regular background. It's a waterscape. There's some fish in it in the pit here. So I'm hoping I'm going to put it on the both sides so it's coming out almost to the front. So with that, I'm expecting that the puffers will no longer have any reflection of themselves in here. So I'm contemplating whether I'm going to put a fine stone material as the substrate. There's some black soil that I see the fish farm is selling, aquarium soil. I may consider purchasing that. And I'm looking for a nice driftwood. I have one in my cichlid pond that, if you saw earlier video, I suspect it's damaging the fish as they get bigger in that 1,200 gallon pond and a lot more. So the wood is kind of stuck out there, and it's not all the time the water is crystal clear. So I'm planning to remove that from there, and I think I'll use it in here. So guys, I've put up the side panels as I showed you all. Mounted it. I used silicone. I was trying to get some clear tape. I wasn't able to get clear tape, and if you look, this is like the curve of the front of the tank here. I didn't come right up to the curve. This would be the substrate I would be using. What the brand looks like, what? KCAY Aqua Soil. And I want to think this is Japanese or Chinese writing, guys. I'm not sure. Seeing this planting tanks, this is just what the soil looks like. More black substrate. See, they have shrimp. I guess they're using this soil for. What I'm doing, I'm really going to be doing a hardscape. Don't have enough light in here, but at least for you all to see. But I'm going to be setting up this soil in the center, and then after I'm going to really be using rocks and some driftwood. I'm going to try to build up a little height. I guess I have some scaping tools. I'm going to try to use this to keep the substrate controlled, getting some of this under the backdrop. And my intention is to put the driftwood, balanced on top of this height. I'll get the driftwood. I'm actually going to get this driftwood from my cichlid tank, and that's one of the ways I'm going to be able to boost up this system and possibly transfer these puffers in here today, because I'm using developed bacterial materials. I'm actually going to use some of the water from the puffer tank as well. So guys, I just got the driftwood, and boy, it's a big piece of driftwood. I didn't realize it was so big. So I have to see if I have to do any modifications to it. Let me see, the width of this tank is about 18, 19 inches open space. Let's call that the length. The width is about 10 and a half inches open space. So let's see what's the size of this driftwood. But I'm looking at it, while it's not thick, you see, that's the thing, eh? If I go this way, I'm getting about, say, 22 inches, 22 inches by about 18, 19 inches, guys. But the base is about 12 inches, 13 inches. Guys, we're just going to have to put this in, try to see if we could angle it in. And that's all the moss and everything on it, algae. And based on what happens, I'll have to look at it carefully and make some adjustments. Let's try to maneuver this in. Kind of get the wider part in the bottom. Okay. Alright, so what we have here, it seems as if it's almost jammed to the back. I could do some more cuts. So I did some further quick measurements. Essentially, based on the width, I'll have to take out like this projection here. Take out this piece. All of this might be able to fit in. And as for the height, it's about 16 inches. So I'll have to, here, up to here should be reasonable and allow me to close the tank. I'll have to take out about this extra piece here. I'll have to take out this piece. I'll take out from about here. It's a dull blade. Let's check that and see, guys. As you guys can see, I'm already even cuts my eyesight, so I'm not using any real measurements. So let's see how it goes in here, guys. You guys should be able to see. Okay, so guys, there's not going to be a lot of procrastinating here. Actually, I cut it much shorter. Right, so it's sitting on the substrate. Guys, what you all think? I know you may not be able to see very clearly. I actually went down very low, I think because I got the base to fall where I needed it to fall. The top I could have been more forgiving on the top. And guess what? I have some other nice pieces. You know, as you cut them out, you could kind of fit them into other areas. But that's it for now. I think the fitting is good. Here's another nice piece. Probably I could use in another tank. So there's no wastage with this driftwood actually. I'm going to continue throwing the black substrate in there until the entire base is covered. It's going to be more gently sloping, not as high as the center there. And I'm going to just alternate these rocks and whatever pieces of wood. And then I'll take a look and see what it is. But this is the tank lighted here right now. And we'll see how that goes, guys. I've laid all the substrate right across the board, the black substrate. So essentially, I'm going to try to fit some contrasting rocks in here. I may put one or two of these stumps in there as well. The pieces that came out from this driftwood. It's a black concept. I guess the Amazon puffers could fill teen in terms of their yellow and black as they maneuver through this thing. I think I have enough swimming space for them. And you see, we'll play it by ear, but usually I'll also do like a 1-inch thick type substrate But in this case, I'm going to do it just pretty flat, not very heavy. And I may throw some other contrasting lighter brown substrate as I was showing you. But when I fit in the other little pieces, I'll see if I bother to do that, or if I would leave it as is and then figure out what to do next. So I placed in the smaller rocks with the different kind of coloration, different contrast. I'm tempted to put some of the ceramic rings, but let me just throw a bit of water in here. I'm going to use the water from the other puffer tank, from the actual puffer tank. I pray there's no leaks because since I brought this tank home from my office, I just cleaned it out. I did set it up once, but didn't really set it up since. Let's pray there's no leaks, guys. Okay, guys, one of the other things I'll be doing as well to fast track the setup of this tank, I'm taking the biological media out of the puffer tank with the same water. I'm going to give it a little squeeze in here to clean it, but I'm actually going to use this biological media, sponge media, on the new setup. So this also has mature bacteria. So it's the driftwood with the bacteria, this biological media with the bacteria. So the substrate doesn't have, it's new substrate, but you get what I'm doing. And this is the actual, it's two similar tanks, and this is the media that came from the tank. The tank has been down for a while, so as you can see, it's dry. Take out this panel here and put the same media up inside here. Same fit, same design, everything. Right. And put back. Yeah. And that's it, guys. This is another piece of media in the tank. This is the one that's in this existing tank. I'll leave that there, and by extension I'll leave the existing one in the puffer tank, well, the old puffer tank, so again I can maintain the quality of the media and the bacteria, sorry. So guys, I've already put about 20% of the water in here already. And so far there's no leaks, thank God. So I'm going to just fill this up to about half. Then I'll just fill the whole tank. But I'm filling it with half of the water from the puffer tank, and then I'm going to use regular pipe water that's treated and top it up to the top, and then boost up the filter, and then I'll come back to you. So the tank is now filled up. I have some extra water just in case I want to top it up a bit. Let's test the filter and see if it's working. Let me close up. I have a little play there. It's not closing tight. But those are little things that can be worked out. I'm just really hoping the filter works. Really hoping the filter works. Alright, it looks like it has closed reasonably well there. Let's light up. Lit up. So this is it basically. As I said, I have a little more water if I want to raise it a bit. Pretty simple scape. Nice driftwood. Water mature. Filter pad mature. With bacteria combination. We know the substrate is fresh substrate. Let's put in the filter, guys. Let's see what goes on. Let's see if this filter fires up. I'm hearing sound. I'm seeing shivers, guy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're seeing the water spilling in. And I'm seeing the water running from the jet. The puffers love that flow. Right, so as I said, the way how this has been done, you can move straight into introducing the puffers. I'm going to run this for about a half hour. And then I'm going to transfer the puffers. So guys, this is it. I've done the transfer over. See one of the corridors there. Another one here. Just settled in. Puffer fish. Amazon puffer. This is the one with the mouth that is a bit red, the beak. I got a good opportunity while transferring them over to look down inside the mouth, because when they were in the net, they did open their mouth and there was no growth or significant growth in the teeth or the jaw that supposed to give me any real concern as to why the bottom of his mouth remains kind of brownish red. That is yet a mystery, still a mystery to me. But my other concern was the reflections and the surfing. And from what I'm seeing, I think I've only solved this problem on the back wall. I haven't solved the problem on the side walls. I'll still have to observe them to see what they do when it comes to the annoying surfing that I was trying to troubleshoot. To see if they'll be more interested in this piece of driftwood and the little rock. I would still look on to see. Wow, you see how red the mouth is, guys. But it's not the beak, it's not the teeth. So I don't know what that is. Probably it's moss from the tank. There is a reddish kind of moss in the tank. But this tank doesn't have that in the glass as yet. So I will see. Or is it that it got busted? I mean, as I said, look, it's transferred. It's not yet. It's not 2 minutes hasn't passed. There's no puffing to say that it's stressed out in any real significant way. But it is in a different tank. It's running along the bottom of the tank. So I'll come back to this tank in about an hour or two when the guys have settled in properly. So guys, this is the day after the setup. Of course, this guy here never stops trying to look at himself, so you're getting the reflection there. But all in all, very little surfing so far when the light is on. So when they could actually see their reflection in the side panels, they're not actively doing the surfing. They're doing it, but they're exploring the tank a lot more. And I also noticed that stupid reddish mark that I said I saw on the beak. It has kind of gone away. And you see how crazy he is in the corner there? So even if this is even if I had put something to the side, it still would not have made much of a difference, because that's the front of the glass that he's playing monkeying around in there, guys. But they are definitely exploring the town. They're hardly surfing with this next guy here. He just went. You see, they can see themselves still in the side. Definitely can't see themselves in the back. But it's not a constant all day up and down surfing. You see, so that's the extent of what he does. And then they kind of go away and explore the rest of the tank. You see, he's exploring the back panels, etc. So I'm still going to keep my eyes on them. It's the second day. If it comes down to it, I have another plan, because I'm going to just get a kind of blackout tile, because I wouldn't want to empty back down this tank, and I wouldn't want to empty out the tank again to get to stick more of the background. And as I said, the background is a bit thick, so it's taking up space. So I'll just get a nice tile, flat kind of tile, and put it to the sides of the two sides and take it from there. But as I said, so the beak that was kind of red, that's no longer the case really. It was really the algae or moss that was building up in the other tank, and because they keep surfing on the glass, that one in particular kept discoloring his mouth, had me thinking there was some kind of disease or some kind of thing going on in the tank. Yes, so that's it.
Subscribe to my channels.